Hey Virgo, thank you so much for joining me. It's your girl Cindy with Sin Makeup. I hope you guys are blessed today, tomorrow, and always. I encircle you and myself in the white light of God's love, divine, and protection. We're on to a new week, people. So this is going to be until November 26th from whenever you listen to it. In the meantime, between time, happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys are taking the opportunity to be thankful, not just on that day, but today, tomorrow, and always for the situations that you've been through, that you're going through, that you're growing as a person, being thankful for those connections that you're able to make along the way. And just being, thankful and grateful. So this is going to be for my Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, also cross watchers. So if you're dealing with a Virgo, messing with a Virgo, in love with a Virgo, it's your business. We're just asking our angels and guides to step forward. Let you hear the messages that you need to hear for this upcoming week. Yeah. Okay. So the energy of the week: 8 of fire, 2 of water, 10 of air. If you're interested in a personal reading, as always, my information is going to be down in the description box. I invite you to follow me on my other social medias. And if you're not subscribed, please make sure to do that. Like, comment, share. Thank you so much. I would like to get some feedback from you, knowing that I'm not doing this in vain. That I'm actually pressing on some messages that you need to hear, so on and so forth. All right. Anyways, 8 of fire, 2 of water, 10 of air. I think things are going to start happening very quickly, or there's delays and halts no longer in the way. All right. A lot of things are going on at once in reference to a relationship. I feel like I gotta put on a incense because mine finished. So while I'm talking to you, and it's okay, I could do both. So a lot has happened within a relationship, and things are no longer at a standstill. So events are going to start happening pretty quickly, and a relationship continues to grow closer, and there's forgiveness here on someone's part, either being offered or given. So isn't that the same thing? Offered or accepted, should I say? Positive resolution of conflicts that you've been through, and this is a good thing, where now an end of a situation, an end to a difficult situation, you're going to embrace the change, you're moving towards something new, and you're recovering from things that have hurt you. Some people are recovering from addictions, recovering from moving forward from any emptiness, destruction, or betrayal that you've been through. All right. Maybe you felt as though you were backstabbed at one point, and you're moving past that energy. Positive, beautiful change, because it's time for a new, we are now past Venus retrograde. Thank you, Jesus. Now we can be, let me not say be in control a little bit more, because we are going to have a full moon in Gemini, and we're going to be all over the place a little bit, but it is what it is. We got to be able to control the energies that are surrounding us. In your recent past, 4 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. Looks like you took some time out, especially from, somebody that has lied and deceived you in some sort of way. You took some time for yourself to think about your options, to weigh your options, and you just step back. You're like, you know what? Let me contemplate on this. Let me sit on this for a while. I don't know if I should continue with this, blah, blah, blah. You were in your head about it. Your emotions were all up and down. Feeling good one moment, feeling bad the next. So you probably took a moment of solitude and took a time to heal and to contemplate about how to move forward. And it is what it is. You went through a situation. Whether that be in a relationship, at work, whatever the case may be, you went through a situation that made you take some time for yourself. Presently, so I'm sorry, we're still on the past. There's something, you took some time for yourself, whatever. You had a choice to make, especially in reference to something that was gnawing at you. Something that, you know, they stole from you. Maybe somebody was making less. There was, it's almost like a pest. And why I say this is because of the Lenormand. I have the pathway, the path or the crossroads with the mice here. It's almost like you had a choice in reference to some rat ass energy that you had to go through, right? The mice, usually they gnaw at things. They're small. They're scary. They're not. They're scary for some people, but this is also cautioning you that you had to act quickly in reference to something, and you remained alert. You know. This is you taking some more time to be compassionate and realistic about the situation that you've been through, having a choice to make in your recent past, right? Moving on to presently, I have the Ace of Pentacles with the Ten of Wands in reverse. I think your stability is becoming a lot, and some of the things that you had to take care of, you're trying to, you're either avoiding responsibility or just taking on too much. You're taking on too much of the stability within your home, taking on too much of the trying to build a foundation which can be built upon, and you're taking on too much and trying to manifest what it is that you're trying to manifest, whether it be your prosperity, relationship. You're just taking way too much on at this time. All right. I feel there's an ending for a female, or it could be just a new beginning. I have the coffin with the female card. When the coffin is here, it's farewell or letting go, maybe standing still. Finances grows and profits. I feel like there's somebody that has to rely on you to succeed, perhaps. It's a coffin card. I'm just saying what it is. I'm not making up stuff. Spiritual growth caused by suffering, definitely for a female looking towards the light and towards a new beginning. So definitely some of you went through spiritual growth because of what you've been through and the situations that you've been through. But you need to let go of so much of trying to take on so much upon your shoulders, because I think you're avoiding certain things, and it could be small things, you know. You're taking on so much that you're forgetting certain things that you need to pay attention to. You know what I mean? I hope so. In the future, 3 of Swords in reverse with the World in reverse. So, with the 3 of Swords in reverse, I think you're going to be offering some type of forgiveness. You're either accepting an apology, you're giving an apology, or just letting go of pain in its totality. You're having optimism towards the future, and you're not really doing anything about it. I don't think you're the one. I think somebody's going to come through and try to offer you that. Somebody's trying to gain some type of forgiveness because maybe there's a lack of closure or a lack of completion in a situation. I feel like there's a male here that's going to take a gamble, take a risk towards certain things. Playing the game, rolling the dice, looking towards taking a risk. But there's definitely someone here that's looking at things in a different perspective and releasing any painful emotions that they've been through, any separation that they had to go through, rejection or heartache, infidelity, and so on and so forth. I feel like some of you felt like you were attached at one point, needing to be attached. But you weighed your options in reference to certain things and had patience, knowing that things would happen in divine timing. Because, you know, all along, you know that someone that has crossed over has been watching you behind the scenes and taking care of you. Look at all the beautiful orbs. Someone's definitely has your back that has passed on. and is taking care of you. This is a situation that you definitely had to go through, and I think you're learning that through the growth of religion and spirituality, that you're growing as a person, letting go of any hostilities that maybe you and this person had. It doesn't necessarily have to be a heterosexual couple. It can apply to you as you want. So letting go of any hostilities, manipulation, people who have used you to their benefit, using you as a come up, and so on and so forth. I have someone here that is thinking about their future, thinking about morphing into something new, maybe going back to school, learning about something. Learning about financial opportunities, maybe growing into a different field. Because, maybe you've gone through a moment of being financially strapped. So think about all the adjacent possibilities, all the doors that'll open up for you. But you have to be positive, think positive, all right? I think someone is maturing after going through their thunderbolt moment, after going through their tower moment where there was some type of change or disruption. Maybe there was a divorce of some sort, some type of bankruptcy. Letting go of anything that, this is emotions and being trapped in your head, manipulation, and so on and so forth. There goes that suppression card again, I don't read these cards in reverse, but I think you're working hard, and maybe you're going through a period or have gone through a period where you've been stressed out about certain things. But I think you're going to mature into something better after going through this tower moment. I think it's time for someone to grow up and be mature about certain situations. It's an ace, the queen, the ace of pentacles again. Good fortune and extreme happiness will be with you, and you guys are going to be able to build upon a foundation after, some type of destruction or depression that you've been through. You're going to grow from that as a person. So you had to go through your time of retreating and taking time for yourself to block out distractions and spend some quiet time alone so you can focus on your priorities. Make sure you're using your words, not your hands, your speeches and speaking, communication overall, to get out what it is that you're at, in a calm manner too. Don't jump at the thought. You have important messages to be delivered that can help others. Help others express yourself, help others with what you've been through. Because you're going to be in prosperity. Doesn't necessarily have to be with prosperity. Just, when you are prosperous, being content with what you've been through, being content with what you currently have, that's being prosperous. Being in gratitude, giving thanks for what you're surrounded with as far as people and love and moments to cherish. I feel that is prosperity. People always think money and the pentacle matters is what's most important. It's not, because you can't take that shit with you when you die. So be prosperous in the fact of owning who you are, owning your persona, owning to be happy exactly with what you have and who you are, the person that you are, and being able to shed light and love out here in this world. Express your inner truth. Your creative work shines bright when it reflects your genuine feelings and thoughts. So express yourself through speech and communication with whoever you need to, because I think you are fully aware of who you need to speak your mind to. You were changing your mind about something. Yeah, you're definitely going through the motions and being in your head about a situation, whether to go back and forth, to go ahead with pursuing what it is that you're trying to pursue, because there's adjacent possibilities here. You're letting go of any attachments. You're now looking towards being patient with yourself. You're learning about what is most valuable to you. Going through that spiritual growth, and that's been told a lot in a parent in this reading. So join in and have fun. Get out there and have a good time. All right. Someone's trying to join in within your family, within your circle, and you know, I think they're trying to realize and starting to realize where the heart is, because they had possibilities. They had these doors open, these pathways open. There's people there. There was not people there. There's taking a risk, taking a gamble, this, that, and the other. But I think they're honing down on what it is. And that's where we move into another positive avenue into growing closer. And growing closer as a unit and keeping that alive. Because people have worked so hard towards something. And finally the light is being shed upon them. Some of you are moving into a new direction, trying to look into a new career, new options. Because there's adjacent possibilities, especially if you're going through financial constraints. You're thinking about going into something new and letting go of any attachments that you may have, which is really good. Let me see what the romance angels have to say to our lovely Virgos. What's going on in love? Virgos in love. Romance angels, what messages do we have? Come through with the loves. Romance angels. Love yourself first. Can't say it better myself, but they did. Oh, your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So above all, it's you above all. Know that. Someone has really romantic feelings, those strong magnetic attractions. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So go for it. Shoot your shot. What's the problem? Chemistry. Chemistry is very apparent. That you guys are taking the risk in a relationship, letting go of any past hurt that you've been through. It's okay for you to love at this point. You are lovable. Open your hearts to give and receive the highest energy of all. Don't stay stuck on something that's not working for you. It's time for you to open up new possibilities, adjacent possibilities. Whispers of oracles. What messages do we have for our lovely Virgos? Set your intention. What is it that you want? Whether you think it's magical, it's a magical thing for you to set your intentions and to create the manifestation that you're trying to create. So what I started to do is write down things of what it is. I started a bucket list. I started this. I started that. Listen, don't take on too much at once because you will get overwhelmed. But, you know, write things down. And be aware of how you speak to people, aware of how your actions are, aware of body language. Why I say speech is because that speech and speaking came out. And it's time for a reawakening, so a new beginning. It's time for you to learn new things, learn how to deal with certain things a different way, instead of being dealing it with one-track mind. Chopping wood, getting rid of certain things that no longer serve you, and shedding the light upon the things that you do have to clean up. And as I said, clean up. This is exactly what fell out on the floor. Clean up, letting go, chopping wood. So somebody might be on a chopping block and you're ready to let it go and clean it up and just give it up to God. Be willing to go the distance. Don't talk your junk. Don't talk your trash. Be willing to go the distance in a situation, because at the end of the day, you're going to have your serendipity moment. It's about you growing as a person and going towards what it is that you want, because you're going to be flying high. You're going to be in this good state. Just imagine what the possibilities are. Nothing but good things, nothing but love. I love you, Virgo, with all my heart. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can always hook up with me. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys next week.